Greetings, wizards. Welcome to the Papercraft Wizard channel. My name is Kelly, and I'm so excited you're here. This is the fourth video in the Imagine series. In this video, we're going to be creating a 4-square page with a pocket. We'll start with a pocket page that we created in the first video of this series. We want to make sure the openings for our pocket page are on the sides. This pocket page is 8 inches by 8 inches. We'll use 4 pieces of cardstock, and these pieces of cardstock each measure 4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. Each of these pieces are scored at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. These will give us a 4 inch by 4 inch space. Now I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm just going to miter the corners of the top edge of each of these only to that first score line. Now that we've mitered the corners, I'm going to go ahead and fold these at the score line. Let's add these to the base page. We're going to make sure that these corners that we mitered are in the corners of our page. We should have 2 flaps that flip to the sides and 2 flaps that flip up and down. Now let's adhere them in place. We're only going to add adhesive up to this first score line at the 1/2 inch mark. And now we'll do the same for the remaining 3. Next, we'll add our pocket. This piece of cardstock measures 3.5 inches by 8 15/16 inches. And we'll go ahead and score at the 1/2 inch mark on the 2 short sides and 1 long side. Now I'm using my scissors to miter those top corners right up to that score line. And then we'll also cut off these bottom corners where the score lines connect. Next, we'll add our decorative cardstock. This decorative cardstock measures 2 7/8 inches by 7 3/4 inches. I'm going to dry fit this, and it looks good. So now we'll just add our liquid adhesive and adhere this in place. And I'll use my bone folder to make sure it's nice and secure. I'll fold all of our little tabs at the score lines. And now we'll adhere our pocket into place. First, I'm just going to dry fit it. And now I'm only going to add adhesive to this bottom tab here. And then we'll put that in place first. And now I'll use my bone folder to make sure that's nice and secure. This piece of decorative cardstock measures 7 7/8 inches by 7 7/8 inches, and this is our background piece. I'm going to go ahead and slide it into this little pocket tabs and line it up at the top to make sure it's straight and even. And now we'll flip that over and we'll adhere these two little tabs to the back of our decorative piece. Now that we have those tabs freshly adhered, we'll flip it back up while we have a little bit of wiggle room and make sure that that paper is still in the same place that we wanted it to be. Now I'll use my bone folder to make sure that's nice and secure. I'll flip the page back down, add the liquid adhesive, and adhere it in place. I'll use my bone folder to make sure it's nice and secure. I'm going to use a cute little camera stamp and some oxide ink to stamp a camera, indicating that a photo may go here. Now we'll start working on our decorative magnetic closure piece. You'll want to use a decorative piece that is at least 4 inches by 4 inches. And you'll want to have a piece of base cardstock that's an 1/8 inch by an 1/8 inch larger than your decorative piece. The decorative piece I'm using measures 4 and an 1/8 by 3 and 5/8. Base cardstock I'm using is 4 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. I'm dry fitting my decorative piece to the cardstock and it looks good. So we'll go ahead and add some liquid adhesive and adhere that into place. I'll use my bone folder to make sure that's nice and secure. This piece of decorative paper measures 4 1/8 inch by 3 5/8 inch. It's the same size as the top of our magnet closures decorative paper, and we'll use this for the back of the magnetic closure once we've added the magnets. I'm going to use this 1/4 inch tape roll to help give me a little bit of stability when I'm putting this together and adding the magnet. I'm going to use some double-sided tape to adhere our magnets in place. When deciding placement of the magnets, I want to make sure that there's enough space from the edge of where the paper will cover them. And I also want to make sure that we're not spreading them out too far so that our magnetic closure won't be able to cover them. Now we'll place the magnets. I'm just double checking to make sure the paper will cover the magnets. We have 4 pieces of decorative paper, and these pieces of decorative paper measure 3 7/8 inches by 3 7/8 inches. I'm going to set these where I think I want them to be, and that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and start adhering them in place. I want to make sure these pieces of decorative paper are straight and even, and we should have approximately a 1/16 of an inch border of that black cardstock showing through all the way around. Once I have it where I'd like it, I'll go ahead and use my bone folder to make sure it's nice and secure. And we'll go ahead and do this for the remaining 3 as well. Again, I'm going to use this 1/4 inch tape roll to help me stabilize these flaps while I add the second set of magnets and then transfer those onto our magnetic closure. I'm adding our magnets on top of the magnets that are under the decorative paper. I'll use some double-sided tape to put on top of those magnets, and then we'll transfer them onto our magnetic closure. Now I'm just trying to center this decorative piece over our magnets. And now I'm just going to rub those into place and transfer them onto our decorative magnetic closure. And now that we've successfully transferred our magnets, we'll go ahead and add our backing piece. I'm using strong magnets, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a little jiggle here and make sure that they'll stay in place. And now we have plenty of room in our pocket to add lots of beautiful things. I'm going to go ahead and add this tag that we created in a previous video. I'm going to add this cute little piece of chipboard. I'm leaving the little hole cutouts in the chipboard because I'm going to add some cute little gems. I'm going to add some little Swarovski crystals to our chipboard piece. And I'll add a few more Swarovski crystals to the front of the page. And now our four square page is complete. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and ring that bell for notifications. Thank you for watching. Happy crafting.